One family, one people, one planet, one love, one family, one people, one planet, one love, one family.
Good morning and welcome to SoulCall Sunday. My name is Lisa Ferraro, the founder and spiritual director of SoulCall Global, and in partnership with Reverend Christy Hardwick and Natalia Zuckerman and all the people that bring you SoulCall Sunday, Helen and Deborah. We appreciate you being with us this morning. And if you're watching this later as a recording, we appreciate you liking and sharing us with friends and signing up for our newsletter. And some of you may have noticed this week some exciting things happening. We have shifted officially to a new look on our website, which we are receiving positive reports. It's so much easier to navigate and sign up for classes and get reminders and all those fun things. So check us out there. But this morning, we welcome you wherever you are on the globe. And we thank you for taking a pause in your practice of how you live life to be with us this morning, right here. And this is the last week that we're going to use the theme of pause. For the month of September, we've been talking about different pauses and how nature puts itself on pause and how we can stay in attunement with self and our natural shifts of the planet, which supports us. If we can recognize those kinds of shifts and participate in conjunction with going with the flow of life, and pausing and reflecting how well we're doing or where we might need to make some adjustments from time to time. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that today. One of the most effective practices, some of you are loving this, and I'm happy to share that coming up in the months ahead, we are going to offer full-on practices of Qigong with our master teachers, Helen and Deborah. So be on the lookout for that. But wherever you are this morning, or if you're watching later, as I said, take a moment to pause and reflect on how you participate with bringing light into the body, and participate along with beautiful Helen Yi this morning as she offers our Qigong practice.
Closing your eyes, taking a deep breath in, feeling the subtle vibration within our body, connecting to that wonderful qi. Opening the eyes, relaxing the shoulders, taking a deep breath in, at the same time lifting the arms up above the head, feeling that sensation of the qi connecting to the lao gong, directing it into the bai wei. Feel the focusing of the mind, the intention of guiding the qi as we bend our elbows, drawing it in to the central meridian channel, feeling it filling up into the spaces of our bodies, into the microcosmic places in our cells, feeling the energy building up, at the same time in a very relaxed state of mind, guiding it down on both sides of the body, into the different organs, deep into the bone marrow, feeling any blockages or stagnation, pushing down into the earth, guiding the hands, guiding the qi. Again, taking another deep breath, bringing the arms up. Feel the palpation of the energy pushing into the bai wei. Feel it guide down all the way down. Feel the vibration of your frequency raising. Allowing it to come into all the organs and all the systems, building up the vitality, pushing out any blockages, seeing that energy as white or green light, merging with the cells.
So welcome back. Thank you, Helen. And just taking a moment to breathe in and pause between the breath and exhale. Bringing all of our awareness to this moment right here. We open up to the infinite and ask for the blessed presence to be with us, thinking through our thoughts, smiling through our eyes, speaking through our mouth, loving through our hearts, working through our hands. May we radiate this love and joy, which fills us to overflowing. In this sacred joy we mount. Om Shanti. Peace. Amen. So welcome back. I love that Reverend Christy popped in an acronym for pause. And create one for yourself if you're out there. I was going to invite us all to do one. I had one that's presence awakens universally, universal sincerity eternally. Presence awakens universal sincerity eternally. And we got a funny one here. Pizza allows unexpected satisfaction every time. Thank you, Natalia. What's your pause? When you put it on pause, what kind of a fun acronym can you create for yourself? Maybe it's different every day based on what it is you're doing. You could be eating pizza. But I want to share a really fun song that Erika and I got to create with Kabir and Camille, the two who are going to be with us this afternoon doing a Rumi workshop and offering presence and sincerity. And this song is called Little by Little. And it's little by little, the rosy cheeks, the rosy cheeked are coming down from the rose gardens and orchards of love. And there's one line in here that was, little by little, the non-beings are being gone. And little by little, the true beings are coming. Listen and see which, I guess, lyrics speak to you through this beautiful song. And then we'll talk about it a little bit as we practice the presence and pause.
Little by little, the bands of drunkards are coming. Little by little, the heart-healing ones are on the way. The exhausted ones from the meadows of love, strong and in the best of health, are returning. Loads of gold and the gold mines themselves are being bestowed on the poorest of the poor. The souls of the pure of heart are streaming down like beams from an invisible sun. coming down from the rose gardens and orchards of love. Little by little, the bands of drunkards are coming. Little by little, the heart-healing ones are on the way. Little by little, the non-beings are being gone. And little by little, the true beings are coming. Joyous is the garden of winter to where the fresh fruit of summer are brought for Blessed Mary. And little by little, friends receive their share of the ripened fruit of remembering. Little by little, little by little, little by little by little, little by little, little by little, little by little by little, little by little, little by little.
Little by little, I'm seeing some of the pause. That's the one. Pause aligns us, soul enlightens. I love it. Maybe we'll have a little pause section in the newsletter this week or next week with send us your acronym for pause. Send it to info@soulcallglobal.org, and maybe we'll wait for a week to collect them and offer them. I love this. This is so much fun. And little by little, the rosy cheeks are coming down from the rose gardens and orchards of love. And I was saying, little by little, the non-beings are being gone. And Yolanda's acronym there for pause actually kind of helps with the non-beings are being gone. I remember when we were sitting around discussing the lyrics, the poetry that we kind of distilled to create these song lyrics from Rumi's poetry with Kabir and Camille Helminski, the Sheikh and Sheikha of Rumi's order of Sufism. And I remember Erika having a question about, really, Kabir, the non-beings are being gone? Isn't that a bit of a disparaging comment or commentary about people who are on the planet? And it was a really brilliant conversation that took place in the, I don't even want to say the understanding of what Rumi was saying. It was more of the awakening to the realization of what was trying to be conveyed through the non-beings are being gone. It was just another way of saying, wake up. All of a sudden, you're not participating in a way with life where we're just kind of going and going and going and being pulled out by our senses into all the different directions that are pulling us into the dream reality of the portion of life which we participate in these human physical forms this time. We speak languages so that we can communicate linearly with each other, but it's not just linear, is it? It's images. It's because we understand symbols that we're able to articulate ideas and share them. And as we become true beings, non-beings are being gone, the true beings are coming. It's the enlightened way of opening to the full realization of what is possible by finding that divine alignment. That divine alignment. Prayer always unites souls everywhere. Excellent, Terry. Yes. I'm loving this because these are the different ways we give language to a similar thought of the non-beings are being gone, the true beings are coming. It's when we are awakened to the realization that we are ever connected and our soul's intelligence, the wisdom of the soul is waiting, Rumi would also say. Our soul's calling is what brings us into beingness, the true being of our eternal nature, which is that inner journey, which is kind of what the pause is all about. I know Natalia works that into the practice of the beautiful yoga that many of you are partaking of on Sunday mornings at 8:15, and certainly tomorrow evening on Monday night meditations from 8 to 9. We practice the presence and try to get to the awareness and the awakening of our true beings, our true beings. So taking this sacred pause, there's pause and there's play. Even if we could think of many scenarios of pause and play. Baseball's winding down a little bit, football season's coming in, and between plays, we talked about this, there's a pause between plays, where they call the next play, or between pitches in baseball, where they call the next pitch, to the batter. There's a pause and there's a contemplation, there's a reflection of what's going to come next. I remember being a kid when our cousins would come visit. We had a huge backyard, and in the corner of our garage was a big wooden toy box. All the bats and the balls and the kickballs and the frisbees and you name it, tennis rackets, paddles, everything was in that box. And when my cousins would leave, everything that was in that box was all over the yard, like strewn about everywhere. We played everything. But there was always one conversation that would happen, and you might remember this. What to play next? We played kickball for a while, and then it would be, now what? Do you want to play this? Do you want to play that? And there would be a no. Somebody would always say, no, I don't feel like it. Or I don't feel like it. All right, you can get away with not feeling like it when you're just playing as a kid. If you don't feel like playing baseball, or maybe you don't feel like throwing frisbee, or you don't feel like playing Candyland or dolls or whatever it was, until there was a consensus of what we were all going to do next, we would just keep it going. Maybe it was it tag. But when we get older and we start to move into life, I remember the first time somebody said, that's nice if you don't feel like it. Not feeling like it is good if you're 5. Sometimes you've got to do things. I'm like, of course. So we can't always put it on pause and say, I don't feel like doing the thing that is mine to do. A true being would take care of what is theirs to do in alignment with the divine calling of their soul, which is different than putting it on pause to get that clarity with what is really mine to do. So putting it on pause and saying, I'm not feeling moved to doing this. There's a true being way of not feeling compelled to move in a direction of, which is different than the non-being way, which is kind of, I just don't feel like doing anything. And there's a time for that too. So it's like, great, Lisa, what are you saying? What I'm saying is tune into that inner pause. There's a time for play, a time for pause and reflection. And I think what reminds me of this every single time we get to this time of the year is, watching the leaves kind of let go and the trees pulling their energy in down into the roots. There's like some deep nourishing going on as we move through autumn and into winter. It's the pause of nature. In a pause, it doesn't mean we're not actively doing something. This was another thing. This story is kind of funny. Don't judge my family too much when I tell you this story. It's kind of funny, but like I was not permitted to just sit around reading. Like if I was just caught reading somewhere, there was something I could have been doing. I could have been helping out. I could have been doing a chore. So I would take whatever it was I was trying to read and I'd go to the back of the yard. You've heard me say this, or up into the tree, or I would try to just read where nobody could see me because it looked like I wasn't doing anything. I was doing something. So think about the ways that others perceive our non-action as not doing anything. Sometimes, as the Book of the Tao says, the best action is non-action. Helen Yi would say in Taekwondo, like the best fight is no fight. Bruce Lee, I think, said that. The best defense is not to offend. I remember that from Chuck Norris. That was in a commercial. So these non-actions that are actually true actions, the non-beings are being gone, the true beings are coming. So in our true nature, in our true beingness, how can we put it on the sacred pause? When I teach meditation, we talk a lot about, actually very little about taking a breath in and just following the breath and allowing, there's a pause between the inhalation and the exhalation. And it's in that pause that there's great presence. In the pause, there's great presence. And so just stepping back with perfect poise, sometimes there's nothing to do but to just be in the moment, being into the moment. Pause and play on, I don't know, watching a movie. Maybe you want to pop into the kitchen to get something. You just put it on pause. You don't miss any of the action. You come back and pick up where you left off. But you have something that you might have wanted to get, or there's something you needed to do. Just everything in life and in nature permits this opportunity for pause. And, participating with this pandemic, if that taught us anything at all, it's how to appreciate a sacred pause and how to choose our moments of pause, or our hours, or our weeks. One of my favorite things to do is to go on a long silent retreat, a meditation retreat for 7 to 10 days or longer in complete silence, to just go in, putting all of this on pause, turning off all the senses, and putting all of that into that centering space, then growing myself back out from my sacred center. That's the place we can never get tired. When we replenish from the inside, from that center, that is the energetic nucleus. I mean, you can't outlove the infinite, you can't outgive the infinite, and you can't outwork, out energize, out just inward, and just let it fill your cells in meditation. Between days, between breaths, between lives, dare I say, there's this sacred pause to reflect, pausing and reflecting, contemplating. Sometimes, like at the end of the day, many of you know, one of my favorite things to do is just think about the day. I pause before I fall asleep. After my meditation, I'll go in and I'll just think about the day and reflect on, what did I do that seemed to go pretty well? What might I do differently next time? And then I think about the most hilarious things about the day. I try to fall asleep laughing every day. I find it gives me a really good reset. And recently I incorporated a beautiful practice of just remembering my true reality, my true being as a sacred soul who is loved by the infinite. And I'll fall asleep just saying to myself, I say, God loves me, and I love God. God loves me. Or sometimes I just say, God loves me. God loves me. God loves me. I love God, or source, or infinite. It's like your best friend when we think of it like that. And going back to the analogy of possibilities and playing with the infinite, in meditation, those of you who join us Monday nights, sometimes I'll share, one of the things I like to do is just in my mind, I offer my open heart, all of it, kind of like the day, like a little box of treasures I've collected, or things I don't understand, things I've collected that I love and want to share, and things that just made me curious. Like, I'm not sure I get what this is about, and it's causing me some growing edge kind of feeling. It's I'm pushing up against something I need to understand. And I just dump it all out like you would, a child would do this. Maybe you come and visit. I remember my nieces and nephews would do this, just like our cousins with the yard analogy. They would just come running into the next room and just dump out all their stuff and start telling me everything about it and what we might want to play. But just empty your heart, empty the contents of your heart at the feet of Divine Mother before you meditate. Say, these are the things I played with today. Help me to become a true being and understanding how I work with these elements. Some of these I think I'm getting, some of them I don't know, but guide me ever to becoming a true being. And may my non-beingness be a pause with which to connect and realign with the infinite. Knowing that this next song, I was talking with Kabir, and Camille about the workshop that's happening this afternoon from 2 to 5. It's a free workshop. Share widely. It's a very rare opportunity when Camille and Kabir are both together, practicing presence, finding sincerity. And that's what it is. It's just this level of be sincere with whatever it is you're doing. Be sincere. And if you can't do it with your whole heart and soul, pause and reflect. Why am I getting into this? Or what is it that I'm participating with that is giving me pause here? But if you can't do it with all your might, all your soul, all your heart, put it on pause for a minute. Because I remember being in sales. I'm going to go back to what I was going to talk about. One of the first things that neuro-linguistic programming would teach us was to try to match pace with the person you're speaking with. It makes them comfortable because they're speaking at a pace where they are showing you what their comfort level is at the moment. If they're speaking quickly, speak quickly, but then slow it down so you can better hear what it is behind the words they're saying, and they can better take in what you're trying to offer in response to their main concerns. And before you know it, you got to match it and then slow it down. Sometimes we need to do that with our heart rate. Pay attention when our heart is beating so fast. Whoa, I recognize that. Pause, take a breath, and reconnect, align to that true being nature. But this next song is called Nothing Happens Without You. And treating the infinite like your best friend, offering the contents of your toy box, your chest, your treasure chest of heart in meditation in the morning. Maybe it's empty. Fill my life today, O infinite, with the divine treasures of your infinite bounty. And then take it away and go play. Come back with, this is what I found today in my consciousness. I've collected this. And pay attention to what you collect and offer it back. And so that at the beginning of the end of each day, we're not holding on to things, bringing it into the next day. But nothing happens without you is the remembering that everything that we come in communion with, in contact with, in passing, is created from the one infinite, the same source of love. And ours is to stay awake, put it on pause, and to play in this divine dream with an open heart and a vibrant soul, willing to always offer love, to shape the hearts of others and self first, just by walking into a room. So please enjoy Nothing Happens Without You.
At times, I'd say I had self-control. At times I felt a prisoner of myself. Now all that's changed. Nothing happens without you. If all the world were suddenly gone, it couldn't happen without you. Of all the worlds we chose love alone, nothing happens without you. Nothing happens without you. You are air and you are wings. You are my work and repose, my rose garden and spring. Nothing happens without you. Galaxies of clearest night stand humbly before you. A hummingbird lands upon my hand. Nothing happens without you. Nothing gentleness, your humbling power leaves my heart nowhere else to turn. Your beautiful names inscribed within this heart of mine. Where in the universe can I hide? Nothing happens without you. Nothing happens without you. Your gentleness, your humbling power leaves my heart nowhere else to turn. Nothing happens without you. Nothing happens without you.
Songs are like old friends, aren't they? Just taking, geez, that was so beautiful. I appreciated seeing all of the imagery around like the cosmos, if we could be as humble as the cosmos, just your gentleness, your humbling power, leave my heart nowhere else to turn. It's just that sincerity of a humble heart. I hope you can join us this afternoon. And also coming up in October, I'll be teaching a class called Living Presence, which is one of the books. You'll need to get the book, but the class will start October 6th, and it'll be 6 consecutive Wednesday evenings. And I have an older version of the same book, but it's written by Kabir Helminski. It's such a gorgeous practicing presence. Join us if you can. And I want to thank you for your contributions to SoulCall. We've been doing amazing things on the planet, and I appreciate everything that it enables us to do by you sharing your energy of beingness. You can donate in many different ways now on our website, soulcallglobal.org/donate. And as we move into the holiday season, don't get excited. It's coming, but we are we're going to be doing our fundraising drive to be able to do our SoulCall Santas to help people pick up layaways, and also feeding people who are in need of sustenance throughout the winter months. So we're going to do that in our area and different areas around the country. If you have a Soul Squad pod you would like to start in your city, let us know and we can connect with you. Just send an email at info@soulcallglobal.org. One of the things I love in particular is when I get contributions by check that come with little notes of encouragement or notes of thanks. But I also love it when I get jokes. And I've got this in with a contribution, and I love baseball and I love jokes. And so this is, why did the baseball stadium get really warm at the end of the game? Why did the baseball stadium get really warm at the end of the game? I was like, I have no idea. Because all the fans left. Thank you. So if you have a joke you would like to share, please send it in an email or send it in a card. I love this kind of stuff. And again, if you are working on your acronym for pause, send it to info@soulcallglobal.org, and we'll put them together and play with that a little bit. And if you're watching this, at a later date, you may do the same. Please just send it to us, and we'll wait about a week or so, and compile them and have some fun with that. So this afternoon is the workshop with Kabir and Camille from 2 to 5. And 3 times fast. I don't know if I can right now. I'm in some kind of an altered state at the moment, I think. And then, yeah, that's coming up today. It's going to be a really powerful workshop, and it's free. Donations are greatly appreciated. Tomorrow night, Monday meditation 8 to 9, which is also complimentary, and donations are welcomed. We appreciate all your donations, and donations for Sunday mornings meditation with Natalia. I'm sorry, yoga, 8:15. And then we have a poetry class starting as well. Now, this coming Saturday, we're going to have a free introduction with Kara Armstrong talking about playing with words, generative poetry. She's an amazing, inspiring, fun teacher, but it's going to be free on Saturday at 11, from 11 to 11:30. And then her class starts on Tuesday evenings, 4 consecutive Tuesdays through October. More information at soulcallglobal.org. If you are in need of prayer, we've got a fantastic group of people who just really know how to stay in tune. They meditate regularly. They can send you Reiki. Our healing team and our prayer team have combined forces to pray for you and then send Reiki, which is remote healing energy if you're in need. So prayers at soulcallglobal.org. Please don't go to sleep with something on your heart or your mind or in need of help. We are definitely here for you. So we invite you to do that. Then coming up in November, another class, which has been an ongoing, beautiful class with Reverend Christy Hardwick, Writing as a Path to Awakening. That's going to begin November 17th through December 15th from 5 to 7 on Wednesday evenings, 5 to 7 Eastern. And what a powerful class. So many people have started writing that book they were thinking about just in the practice of the prompts. And those of you who are familiar with watching Reverend Christy on Wake Ups with the Consciousness Cafe and hearing her speak, you know what a fantastic facilitator she is. So partake of those opportunities. Natalia, did I catch everything? Sometimes I didn't. I want to thank Natalia Zuckerman for those beautiful videos, and Lisa and Erika. The music from Lisa and Erika is on Ruby, and you could buy that recording as a digital download on our website. And today, yes, we will be doing SoulCall Sunday Rewind. I've missed you the last couple of weeks. We've not had these. Natalia was here, we were live, and I was live last week someplace else. So go to soulcallglobal.org for the link, and I'll see you in the Zoom room from 11 to 11:30 today. So thank you again for joining us live this morning. And for those of you tuning in later, we ask you to please share us on social media, like us, comment, and then share. Like, comment, share, and sign up for our YouTube channel. Our newsletter is very, people love our newsletter. And those who have shared the newsletter, people are sharing with us that their friends are appreciating it so much. So sign up for the newsletter. So I thank you all for tuning in this morning. And wherever you are on the planet, be a true being. Allow yourself to put it on pause, contemplate, reflect, maybe get into the creative zone, and offer from your soul the passion of the Almighty Infinite Spirit that flows effortlessly. All we need to do is open. And that's it. It's already there. And remember always, you're supported by SoulCall Global and that you are loved. Peace and blessings.
One family, one people, one planet. one love.